Yes, so this was the trip going down to the south. Movement in the heart of danger. One says what one should not. Keep criticism to yourself or problems will escalate. The corners of the mouth. In and out, restraint is needed. Words will have a greater effect than one can imagine. Words spoken in haste or anger will diminish one's integrity. To be critical of others is folly. To be critical of oneself is prudent. Silence is golden. So this really was the theme that I was leaving. I got into India. I had a spiritual experience. I'd gone in and tested myself. I got some credibility, maybe some respect, or just some people believe in me, and they raised enough money to take care of me to send me to the guru, several thousand miles away, who arranged for me to be able to go into the room for a 3-month period of time. So they paid for the accommodation, they paid for the food that would have been needed, and for the servants needed to do. They gave some donation. The ashram wouldn't have demanded a lot, but they took care of it. It wasn't like I had to beg the ashram to let me go in. So then, by the time I went into the first place, I knew when I came in, I had to go further. I knew I had to go further, and so they were sending me down to let's see, let me just get the dates exactly here. February 28th to March 9th. So this was just taking the trains by myself, being in Delhi, and then finally getting down into the room and getting to the ashram, going to the room, I was there for a day or so, and then I went right into the room again. Only this time I went in for 3 months. But the line one is this: tired and overcritical. One holds back when one should not. One sits in darkness and doubt. Difficulty at the beginning. There are obstacles on the path. It will take time to overcome them. It furthers to be persevering. So I'm traveling. I'm arriving at a place. They're saying, "Who's this guy coming? This American's coming. This Canadian's coming. Wants to go into the room." It's like one is not ready to lead. Resources are misused. One appears less than virtuous. Doubts will increase. So a lot of people didn't necessarily believe in me when I showed up at this ashram, and nobody knew me. But I'd been sent by Mani Baba, who believed in me because I spent the time alone there. He sent me, they arranged me there. And I think the guru and even the first guy in charge, they would sit talking, thinking, well, he has courage, but he doesn't have, he'll never last in the room. So by the time I lasted the 3 months and I came out, we were all on an inner togetherness, on an inner wave. But this is the way you see these individual lines. They're paralleling the story. They're not exactly saying the story, but they're giving a thing of what's right, what's wrong, giving a certain standard of how to work with, to go through these phases. And it's a lot to hold it all together. Just knowing that you go through these shifts, that's what I want to show you. So you can do this. So take the year or the 6 months that was been the most intense or most upsetting or the most heartbroken or whatever. I'd go in and look at your progressed sun and go through the 3 levels and follow it down to the smallest level to see it. You'll be amazed. In fact, I spent several years where day by day, every 10 days, I read the hexagram. It's said in the I Ching that if you take a lifetime, you can throw the hexagram again. You'll never get to read all the hexagrams, all the lines, because it's just random how you came. But by this way, if you study each line of each hexagram on the smallest level, every 10 days, you read it and you study that and you adjust with it. In 10 years, you'll have covered deeply with profound depth all of the I Ching hexagrams and have come to terms with them and understand them on a whole nother level. So this is a challenge within this. Okay, now there's something else I want to do here. How are we doing for time? We're right at time. Okay, we're going to be another 10, 15 minutes. They're overdue class. But so seeing the phases and watching the steps through it, you want to be able to, you also want to go in now where you are now. Watch the steps of the last 10, 20, 30 days. Look at the lines and see what was going on. See where you are now. And see, like when I did it, I found every little thing it said, it's relating to this thing going on. It related to some person in my life who was doing it. It wasn't everybody. I could say, oh, that person, I got that struggle happening with this person. Oh, I got this struggle with this person. I got this thing that I could see which people it was talking about that were affecting me. It was just so incredible. The hair would stand up on the back of my neck when I would read it. I never expected to be getting more and more and more clear the more smaller you got. And when you got down to this most intimate level, it was the most profound factors and how they affect you. So at any time in your life, it doesn't matter what transit, what things are going on, you can always do a meditation, an in-depth search by spending a week or spending a few days. Time go right down and read the most finest tune hexagram, the line you're in. Read the hexagram for the year, the month, the 2 months you're in. Read the line for the month, 2 months you're in, then the hexagram for the year you're in, then the line for the year you're in, then the hexagram for the 6 years you're in. And you'll get this level of perception, these layers of things going on, more than you can hold together. You just read through one at a time and you go through it and you follow it, you follow the impressions, and it's guiding you around how to be aligned better. And are you aligned? And this guidance parallels the battle between your ego going out in the world and your soul trying to gain perspective inside of it. And it just works like that. So it's good, if nothing else, it's a very good company. And really, it's become a really magical way to work with the progressions. It takes it up to a whole nother level. We're going in and we're watching, when we're listening to these 10-day phases, that's 1.1 degree, 1 minute and 40 seconds of 1 degree. 1 degree, and it's smaller. A pencil, if you make a pencil mark inside 1 degree, it's going to take up about 20 degrees. 1 minute of 1 minute, 40 seconds of 1 degree is a very small area, and yet it has this amount of resources, this much information in it that's uniquely attuned to your life and your soul as you're evolving. This is quite incredible. I can't sell it. I can show you. Once you try it for yourself. Once you get it or you see it, do me a favor, go on the forum, say, wow, this really, put it on the forum that really works, to let other people know that this also works. That would be very helpful. Or send me an email about it. But it's just evolved my whole way of working with astrology. I can work with all the matter of fact, practical, mundane ways with astrology, but this is where you see the heart and the soul unfolding. Incredible. Okay, so the other thing that you can do is, instead of looking at the phases, you can take a specific point. Like if I took the conjunction to Pluto, the square to Pluto, or the conjunction to Mercury, you could, or the conjunction to Mars, you could see the exact lines. You go down through the hexagon, get down to the exact line, and you're going deeper and deeper and deeper around a specific aspect. The aspects give you the exact, it's not a question of being in a phase. This is the phase you're in. It has the hexagram, the line, the hexagram, the line, hexagram, the line. So you'll naturally, everything will climax around that specific aspect. But really, we're seeing it climaxing on that date. But really, it's climaxing on the year building up to that date and the year after that date. So every aspect is a 2-year phase with a progressed sun. It's not, it's just, oh, it's just on that date. Oh, no way. It builds up. It's hugely there for 2 years with all of your soul and all of your ego. So when, I was wondering which one to take. Okay, if I took when it conjunct the Mercury, February 67, that would have been coming back from Mexico. Okay, let's just see. I can take that or the Mars. So the one with the pain or the one with the brain. Let's just see what's happening on each. February 2667. Mercury. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead. Back to Pluto. Okay, I want to go look ahead at the